Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and connoisseurs of the written word. Today, we will describe a word that is as long as the action it describes. Okay? That word is pandiculation. Let us write it out. Not sure this page is long enough to accommodate it, but let us try. The word is P A N D I C U L A T. Running out of space there. T I O N. Okay. Pandiculation. P A N D I C U L A T I O N. Pandiculation. Now, what does this word mean? I mean, it's really an impressive, really long, lovely word. I mean, someone who loves language, you could play this word over your tongue like music, when you're taking a shower or whatever. Okay, pandiculation, such a mellifluous sounding word, such a technically sounding word, but at the same time a very elegant word. Pandiculation. Now, what does it mean? Now, to understand what it means, let us take a step back and into physiology. Human physiology has many phenomena that remain unexplained to this day. I mean, simple phenomena. We're not talking complex phenomena, very simple phenomena. And one of the simplest phenomena, that is a mystery to this day, is yawning. 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 What is that? Okay, yawning. Yawning. Right. Yawning. We yawn. And we don't know why. To this day, why people yawn when they're tired or when they're sleepy or when they just wake up from sleep. We don't know. We don't know why. What the physiological basis for this is. What the biochemical basis for this is. Okay? And everybody does it. I mean, there's hardly a person in the world of all these 8 or 9 billion people on the planet, there's hardly a single person who has not yawned. Okay? So, right there, you have a phenomenon that is universal, but which nobody understands why it happens. Similarly, there's another phenomenon that we also all indulge in, and that is stretching. Okay? When you wake up in the morning, you not only yawn, you actually stretch. You stretch your limbs. People say it's because my limbs are stiff and all. No, 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 no. They're not stiff. They're really relaxed in the morning. So that argument simply does not hold. Okay? There has to be a deeper reason why we all stretch. And all of us stretch. When we wake up in the morning, we both yawn and stretch almost as a ritual and a ceremony. So we're dealing with a really universal physiological phenomenon for which we cannot offer an explanation. Physiologists, people who study human physiology, or even biochemists, are not able to explain why we do these, why we indulge in these two activities literally every single day. I mean, I don't think there's a day when we don't do these things. In one way, either when we are going to bed and we are tired, we stretch and yawn, or when we wake up in the morning, we stretch and yawn. So it's like a super universal phenomenon for which there is still no scientific explanation. Clearly there is some reason. Your body is not stupid. Your body is pretty wise. It is indulging in these activities for a very good reason. It's just that we don't know what it is. Okay. Now this combination act, okay, combinatorial act of yawning and stretching is called pandiculation. Okay. So there I'm sure you never heard this word. I mean, it is such a universal phenomenon, but you never hear a teacher in school or middle school telling their students, stop pandiculating. A lot of students get bored in class and they stretch and yawn, but the student never says, stop pandiculation, stop that act of pandiculation. They don't say that because most of them probably have not heard about it. I've not heard this word, and this is perhaps the first time that uh, you're hearing about it. Okay, a very universal phenomenon for which there's a very rare word actually in terms of the fact that it's not understood by most people. Pandiculation, which means yawning and stretching, and it's not just humans who do it; it is also animals. Dogs stretch. And they yawn too. They open up their mouths and they stick out their huge tongues. So, they're yawning. It's not as overt as us human beings, but they do it too. And in both animals and humans, it's not a very elegant sight. It's actually very unsightly. You don't like seeing someone stretch and yawn, you know? So if you do it, it's something you would want to do discreetly. An animal can get away with it. A dog can stretch and yawn all it wants. We are not going to chastise it or reprove it or criticize it for doing it. It's only an animal. But we being humans are expected to exercise a little bit more decorum in our bodily movements. Okay, so when you yawn, you put your hand over your mouth. Unfortunately, there's no way to cover the act of stretching. So I would recommend that you do these two acts primarily when you're alone. It's not a pleasant sight. Really, it isn't. It's really unsightly. It's uncouth. It's inelegant, and it's something that you do discreetly when you're by yourself rather than with somebody else. You may be itching to yawn and stretch, but you hold yourself until you have a chance to get into the bathroom and stretch all you want and yawn all you want. Okay? All right, pandiculation, lovely word. I give you a lovely word of a universal act that all 7, 8, or 9 billion, I don't know how many humans are there on this planet, they're multiplying so fast, that all these 7, 8, 9 billion people on the planet indulge in just about every single day. Imagine 7 billion people yawning at the same time. You'd suck in all the air on the planet. There wouldn't be any air left on the planet if you all did it at the same time, okay? A little bit of whimsy there. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I think I'll stop here for now. Give you this, and I give you this. I reiterate this word, pandiculation. I can't get over it. I keep repeating it to myself. It's such a smooth, lovely word, suave word. Such a technically and scientifically pleasing word, pandiculation. I'm not sure if the word pandiculating exists. It should, because when a person is doing it, you could say he's pandiculating. But the word itself, pandiculation itself, is so rare that uh, pandiculating is probably even rarer. I mean, probably has never been used. So perhaps you could use it for the first time and be a pioneer in uh, the act of pandiculation, in the act of articulating the act of pandiculation. Okay? You could tell your friends, I indulged in an act of pandiculation when I got up this morning. They won't understand. You'd have to enlighten them with your brand new word, pandiculation. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I think I'll stop for now and I'll get back to you with another word in the next episode of Vast Varied Vocabulary. Once again, I repeat, subscribe and punch that like button. Bye for now.